Hello and welcome to GBR. We find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the ITCC, and this is the fifth and final round for the first season. It was kind of a test season to see how it all went, and I think everyone's enjoyed it so far. And we are at Autopolis for race 1, and after 10 minutes of qualifying, Mark has put it on pole in the Scirocco. The Crow is in second in another Scirocco. Phil is in third in the Swift. In fourth we have Judge in another Scirocco, so that's the top 4 covered with 3 Sciroccos. In fifth we have Gary in the Swift. In 6th place we have Graphics in the Lexus. In 7th place we have Golden Brownie in the Hyundai Genesis. In 8th place we have Brucey in another Hyundai. In 9th we have Don in the Beamer. In 10th place we have Ice in a Beamer. In 11th place we have Aaron in the Lexus. In 12th we have Surfer in the Hyundai, and in 13th we have Crazy in another Lexus. So let's get these guys underway. Obviously you can use mediums or hards for this race, and obviously you'll find out for race 2 and 3 later on. So let's get these guys going. We've got 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Looks like everyone's got a fairly decent start. A couple of people moving forward up towards turn 1 we go. Mark seems to have held off any charge for that first place. Are we clean through? Looks like we are. Looks like everyone is clean through turn 1, but Mark's been able to just put out a little bit of a lead coming into turn 2. Phil in second, Graphics in third. Graphics gets taken out. Let's have a look at what happens to Graphics from behind. Gary comes flying in, absolute wipeout. Fantastic crashing from Gary there. What happened with Gary? Did he just miss his braking point and trying to avoid everyone? Pulled along the inside and looks like that was Don's car. So that's just wiped out Graphics. Now Gary, obviously, don't know if he will wait or not. Crazy must have got caught up in that. I thought it was his issue as well. But back up at the front. Mark in first. Phil in second, Judge in third, Crow in fourth. So the top 4 are the same as they were, just swapped around their positions. Golden Brownie up to 5th, Don in 6th. Ice is coming in, wiping out Don. Is there a vendetta against Don for this race? So did Ice just miss his brake mark? It looks like he did, and just tried to take only one person out rather than taking loads. He took out his fellow BMW driver. So that's now going to put Ice behind Don, and Gary's caught up as well. So I will go through the field before we get to the end of that one. So yeah, Mark in first, already pulled out a little bit of a change there for second place. Judge has just nipped up the inside of Phil there through this double right-hander at the bottom of the circuit. But Phil is on the hard tyres, and Crow's gone out wide. What's happened with Crow? It's all action packed on this first lap. Did Crow just run it out wide? We're on cold mediums because we are started at dawn. Yeah, just couldn't get the grip to turn into the apex for that corner. So that's put Crow from 4th down to 7th, now battling in for Brucey. Brucey goes around the outside of the Crow. Crow's going to have dirty tyres. So Brucey up to 7th place, Surfer in 6th. So Surfer started, I think, in 11th or 12th place, I think Surfer did. So great first lap for Surfer. Aaron in 5th place there. Golden Brownie alongside Phil, goes up the inside, outside, sorry, and makes the old switcheroo work by the looks of it. He's got on the inside of Phil up towards turn 2, which is the right hander, so it looks like Phil's going to lose that 3rd position to Golden Brownie. So now Golden Brownie's got Judge and Mark ahead of him. I think with Phil being on the harder tyres, he's just trying to be up as high as he can. Surfer there up to 5th now. Got past Aaron. How did he do that? Was it out of turn 1? Did Aaron get on the grass? He did. Aaron got on the grass and just lost a bit of power down the, I don't even know what straight we called that a straight, but down towards turn 2 anyway. So Surfer up to 5th place. Obviously that's just allowed Brucey to catch up to the back of Aaron as well, and the Crow is fairly close behind. And a bit further behind we've got Don and Gary fighting for 9th, Graphics and Ice fighting for 11th around the hairpin, well, the right hand hairpin, because there's 2 on the track. You can't go too wide around this long left, surely not. Graphics absolutely spinning them back tyres up, but they did make it too wide around that long right. But Graphics going to be on the inside up towards the left hand hairpin now, so I still probably either try for the cutback or a better drive out towards the double right at the bottom of this hill. I think he's too far behind now, is Ice, to make a move up towards Graphics. Crazy there in 13th, but Mark, he's pulled a little bit of a gap over Judge. Judge is about the same gap ahead of Golden Brownie. Phil there hanging on to the coattails of Golden Brownie for as long as he can. Surfer there in 5th on mediums, Aaron on the medium. I think a lot of guys will be on the mediums. Crow's got past Brucey for 7th place. Brucey on mediums, Don on mediums, Gary's on the hards. So the 2 Swifts are on hards. I think, yeah, that's it. Everyone else is on the medium tyres, but looks like Ice is going to look for a move on Graphics into turn 1. Up the inside he goes. Gets it power down, gets the back end out. Graphics just got a better drive coming out, and it looks like he's just been able to pull ahead of Ice in towards him. Gary goes up the inside of Don into that corner as well. Trying to go forward. Don keeps ahead, and Graphics is now on the outside for the right hand hairpin. These 2 love going side by side. Graphics got pushed wide a little bit there, but he hasn't been able to recover it yet. And with coming back on the track, Grazy's caught in the mix. It does get past these 2, so fair racing between Graphics and Ice, even at the back of the pack. So Mark there still out in the lead with Judge. What was Judge's lap time? About 4 tenths off last lap round, and Golden Brownie was about 7 tenths off Judge. Phil there, it's a bit harder to judge his lap times, being on the harder tyres, but as long as he's keeping ahead of Surfer, Brucey's got past the Crow and Aaron on that lap, so I'm not really sure what happened between them guys, but Aaron and Crow going too wide into the last corner. So technically not the last corner, this is the last corner coming up now, but it's flat out, so not really much of a corner. But Crow getting the drive, coming out, pulls out of Aaron's slipstream down towards turn 1 we go for the 4th time already, with an action packed first 6 minutes of the race. But the Crow gets that move done in towards turn 1. The Scirocco showing its power there over the Lexus. So will he be able to pull Aaron up to the back of Brucey with Surfer just up ahead? I don't think the guys in front, they're all spaced out at the moment between Mark, Judge, Golden and Phil. So the action is from Surfer backwards at the moment. So I'll keep my eye on it just in case there is anything between the front guys. Brucey really high up a move coming into the left hand hairpin at the top of this hill. Surfer has defended, so will Brucey try and get a good drive out. Gets it a bit tail happy, but down the hill they go. I think he's a bit too far away at the moment. The Crow there, I don't know if he is closing in to the back of Brucey or not at the moment. A little bit of a gap between him and Aaron. Don there has been able to weather the storm from Gary behind. Crazy is just ahead of Ice and Graphics. These two having a good old ding dong battle at the back. Let's see who wants to come last. And I'm sure neither of them will want to. We'll see from the first race, the top 8 get reversed for round 2. Mark into turn 1. Judge has been slowly caught by Golden Brownie here, so Judge struggling a little bit. Golden Brownie running it out wide, gets it on the grass, and will Phil catch up to try and make a move into turn 2. He's too far ahead, but Golden's going to have dirty tyres for 3 or 4 corners now, so Phil will be able to catch right up to the back of Golden Brownie. Surfer and Brucey there going to ride around turn 3, 4 and tuck it in single file round the right hand hairpin of turn 4. And will Brucey now try and get up to the back of Surfer and try and pull into the left hand side. Surfer's already gone early to defend to the hairpin, knowing you can't make it around the outside, and all you've got to do is park it on the apex. But we've got the 3 Genesis, 3rd, 5th and 6th at the moment, all fairly close to one another. But obviously Golden Brownie was catching up to Judge, and now giving Judge a nice probably 3-4 second lead, or gap between them. So Mark's in first leading at the moment. Aaron's really dropped off the back of Crow in the past lap or so, and Don's probably seeing that and thinking he's been able to try and make it up to that 8th place and get that spot for first place in the second race. And Gary there in 10th. Oh, he's in Graphics. They've got past Crazy, but they're still having a good old fight for 11th place now. I don't know if Graphics will be able to get up to the back of Ice down the start finish straight. I think he's a bit too far ahead, but these guys are all really close between Surfer, Phil and Brucey in towards turn 2, but obviously they've just allowed Golden Brownie to just pull away a little bit with the fighting it seems to be happening. 4-way battle for 4th place now. Crow's just joining into the back end of this pack. Round the right hairpin they go. Brucey's run it out wide. What's happening with Brucey? Oh, he's kept it on track. So a nice save there from Brucey. So he's on the back of the Crow now. The Crow's trying to pick up the pieces. Crow's run out wide out of the exit of the long left. So Brucey back up to 6th place now. Surfer looking this way and that to try and get past Phil. Cracking battling going on here for this 4th place. But Phil, did he run out wide? He did a little bit on the grass. but Surfer wasn't able to capitalise. Crow's just dropped off a little bit. I think that had a bit of dirt on the tyres, but he'll soon catch up with these guys fighting up ahead. And obviously the power of the Scirocco down the start finish straight will help him. Brucey goes up the inside, bit of screen lag through the last sector of this lap, but looks like he's been able to get ahead of Surfer, but he's around the outside now of the last corner. Just make sure you get on that curve, get it tucked round. So who's Phil going to help out with the slipstream? Looks like he's going to help out Surfer. Brucey is still door to door with Surfer in towards turn 1. Crow there looking up the inside. Brucey makes the old switcheroo on the Crow, gets both of them out at the exit. They both ran a bit deep, and Brucey up to 5th place now, with Crow in 6th and Surfer now in 7th. So unlucky for Surfer, dropping 2, and Crow stayed in the same place. Obviously this fighting has allowed Phil just to pull a little bit of a gap over the last half a lap or so, and Golden Brownie has been able to pull away as well, 1:54.8 to a 56.9. So yeah, just over 2 seconds in one lap with the guys fighting. And obviously Mark and Judge well out at the front at the moment, but the battle is at the moment for 4th place. Surfer has just dropped off the back. Brucey goes for a move up the inside of Phil, gets it stopped, and the Crow follows suit. So Crow and Brucey move up to 4th and 5th. Crow's looking up the inside of Brucey at the bottom of the hill at this double right-hander. Brucey holds him off, but now they've got past Phil, their eyes will be set to try and catch up to Golden Brownie. Now they hopefully shouldn't be fighting too much, but looks like Crow is thinks better of it and just wants that 4th place from Brucey. But Surfer has been able to catch back up to these guys the last half lap as well. I will just quickly jump back to see how everyone else is getting on. Aaron is in 8th, still only just ahead of Don there in the fast charging BMW. Gary has been caught by Ice and Graphics. No surprise there, these two have been at it all race. Crazy there is just a bad lap, it looked like the last time around, a 2-minute dead. So Mark there in first. Obviously haven't got much coverage, but you're not going to when you're kind of out in the lead, walking away with it. Judge there in 2nd, Golden Brownie in 3rd, Brucey and the Crow, here they come. Surfer's got up past Phil for 6th place now. So that's Phil down to 7th. Obviously them hards now really starting to show the difference in pace, but Surfer should now be able to pull away from Phil and up to the back of Crow and Brucey, but Crow's going into the inside of Brucey, up towards the left hand hairpin. So Crow up to 4th now. Will he now try and break away from Brucey and catch up to the back of Golden Brownie? We've got just over 5 minutes of the race to go, so about another 3 or 4 laps depending on when they cross the start finish line. The Surfer is now in 6th, Phil 7th, Aaron's got a Don behind him. Not really sure which way is Don going to look to try and get past Aaron. Can't at the moment, but Aaron's tyres are very well worn. Don's aren't too bad, about 25% on the front left, where Aaron's are over 50% on the front left. So it shows the old Japanese yacht showing its tyre wear now. These long right-handers. Graphics has got ahead of Ice and Gary, so something must have happened that lap, because Graphics has pulled out about 3 or 4 seconds over Ice, and Gary's dropped even further behind. He was in front of these guys, and Crazy as looking at the back of Gary now. But I'm just gonna flick through to see if anyone. Yeah, these three are probably the closest at the moment. Bill's just hanging on again to the back of these cars, but obviously he's on the hards. Aaron and Don as well, so they're the two battles at the moment on track. And there's someone that's gone off. It was Ice. What's happened to Ice? He's got his hazards on, but I think he's put his hazards on if we got to turn him off. He's just gone straight off onto the gravel. Not really sure what Ice is doing at that moment. I just saw him on the track map going off. So that's now going to put, what is that, Gary, Crazy and Ice in a battle. And look how far Graphics has been able to pull away from these guys. They might be able to catch up to the back of Aaron and Don. Only with a couple of laps to go. It's probably going to be quite hard. Definitely looks like that gap is closing. A 55.8 to a 55.2, so 6/10 the last lap round. And Crow had a clean lap with no fighting between these guys. So yeah, difficult up 6/10 that lap. I'll see when the Crow crosses the line how far Golden is up ahead, and seeing if he probably thinks he could catch that before the end of the race. Yeah, it's about 3.5-4 seconds between, what is that, 6 to 9. So yeah, no, 3 seconds there between Golden Brownie and Crow. About 5 seconds between Judge and Golden Brownie, and about 10 seconds at the moment for Mark to Judge. So yeah, Mark can start to ease off on the lap times now. He has got the fastest of a 153.717. I think that's the only person in the 153s. Judge there, 154, 54s. Yeah, everyone else is in the 54s, 55s there. Phil. So absolutely flying is Mark. Clearly loves this track. Aaron's been able to pull away a bit from Don for that 8th place. So Don must have had a little mistake. What was that? It must have been on the last lap as well. Just going to allow Graphics to close up the gap a little bit more. Gary in 11th, Ice in 12th, Crazy 13th. So these guys are swapping their places around, and the gaps are getting slightly bigger each time round. Mark there, looks like he's going to be coming around to start his last lap. We've got a minute to go, so yeah, he'll be starting his last lap. I think most people will get on to lap 10. So I think when I said 3 or 4 laps, it was only going to be 3. Just there in 2nd place. Yeah, Golden definitely closed that gap, has the Crow, to the back of Golden Brownie. So we'll see what the gap is now when he comes across the line. So it's definitely closing down, and Brucey's keeping with him. Yeah, it's about 2 seconds now. Was that 55.3 and a 56.1? So yeah, definitely been caught a second and then 0.8. So yeah, Crow is definitely on a charge to catch up to the back of Golden Brownie, but this is the last lap and he's got about 2 seconds to do. So can Golden Brownie hold on to that 3rd place, or will the Crow upset him and nick that 3rd spot on the podium? Brucey there following suit, so if anything happens between potentially Golden and Crow, we'll be picking up that position. Surfer there also with him. I will just jump back because Ice will come across to finish in 13th place. And there we go, he must have had a bad lap the last lap round. There is a battle as well. Aaron and Don's been able to catch up slowly to the back of Aaron again. Yeah, that tyre wear is really not good on that Lexus. If you followed me for the season 10 of Infinity, you know obviously me and Brucey driving the Lexus, we absolutely hated the tyre wear for it. It absolutely killed it. Brucey's there To be fair, Golden Brownie's absolutely killed his tyres as well in the Hyundai. But as I will just close at the moment, coming through the last corner is Mark 2 finishing first. So great result there for Mark. Pole, fastest lap and the win. Judge will come round to finish in second place. So another great result for Judge. He didn't have a battle with Crow for the first race. Golden Brownie being able to hold it off. The Crow for third. Crow finishes, no, Brucey finishes in fourth. Crow in fifth and Surfer in sixth. So was that a tactic between Crow and Brucey to try and catch up to the back of Golden Brownie? Yeah, Phil in seventh. Aaron been able to hold off Don for that 8th place, and first for the next one. Don in 9th place. Graphics to come across in 10th place. Gary will come across the line in 11th, and Crazy did get it on to the lap 11. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and yeah, so Crazy finishes in 12th place. That's all from me. Obviously, if you enjoyed the video, as I hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.